So Nakobe Dean, is he back next week? Be interesting to see how he plays. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm more optimistic about him potentially playing well. Is he, Tone, is he back next week? Or is it 5 weeks? Should be back week 5. Okay. Why do I think there's a chance that Nakobe Dean could actually play well when he comes back? Oh, you care about his stats. Well, that's what hey, just so you know, sports radio, that's what we get on Wednesdays, our trend book. We get percentages of what teams do the last 3 weeks. So the Eagles care too, because it tells you what teams do. So you may not care, and I may care because I know, because I used to get game plans. So you don't know what you're talking about. You get a game plan on Wednesday, and you bring, this is what happens. When you show up on Wednesday to your meeting after having Players' Day off on Tuesday, you get a game plan for that respected week, and you bring your playbook. And what you do is you sit down, first you have a team meeting, then you break it down to a defensive meeting. And you open up your game plan, and on the board will be percentages of plays over the last 3 weeks that this respected team, like the Commanders, have run. And every single statistic and number of what that team does out of I formation, Brown set, wide set, spreading you out, 3 wide, 2 wide, 2 tight end set, unbalanced line, you'll see on a percentage of plays and how many times they run that, because it gives you the intel of what they like to do. You see, teams are trying to build an identity. And so those numbers matter. Just so in case you're wanting to know how you prepare every week. That's exactly how you prepare. They're trends. So you don't know what you're talking about. Have you ever been handed a playbook? Have you ever been handed a game plan? If not, shut up. You have no idea what you're talking about. You think you do. Well, you care about stats. So do the defensive players. I want to know how many times they run out of a short side set. Of course you're lost, Barb, because it's complex. Of course you don't, and I'm confused. You get these numbers on Wednesday. Every Wednesday you get those numbers. Commanders, Jets, Dolphins. And you go with the last 3 weeks of the season for those teams, because that's who their identity is. Just here to help. Because you see what Desai is able to do with the personnel. That too, Tone, but the guys in front are playing great. Hurts you to say 3-0, just admit it. Eagles are 3-0. Weren't you guys 10-0 last year? How'd that end up? Now, remember you asked why Dean will be okay when he comes back. Yeah, I think it's going to be the two things that you said, but I think it's going to be the tackle play too in front. Okay? And Desai probably putting him in a better position too than I thought he would. Sills played free safety, got bones broken. I think when you got guys playing a run like that, that means he's going to have less contact on him. That means he's going to be able to run and scrape, which means he's not going to have to take on a boatload of guys. And those guys, last year, your D tackles, I'll tell you this. Your D tackles last year were driven off the line of scrimmage. That's not happening this year. That's not happening. Okay? All he has to do is not make false steps. And he has to just trust his reads, which is decide what you're saying, Tone. Okay? I don't know what Senor's talking. Okay? All I know is this. I told you, if that guy in this defense this year can't stop the run like you haven't for 2 years, Nakobe Dean will not make the season. I still suspect whether he plays the whole year. I don't believe that guy's built for the NFL. I think he's a shrimp. I think he's too small. But hey, the guys in front are playing well. Okay? And you're playing better than you did a year ago. How about this? If Nakobe Dean had to play behind last year's defensive tackles, he'd get killed. He'd get killed. It's just not big enough. He's not big enough. Okay? But these guys are playing well. I'll tell you what, Sills, our coaches outcoached Tampa Bay, and it wasn't even close. Same will be this week. We'll see. You didn't outcoach New England. That's a fact. You got your pants coached off you. Your pants coached off you. The league is still crying, stopping the push. That's dumb. I love that play. And opposing fans are wishing for Jalen to get hurt because they can't stop it. Well, that's dumb too. Who in their right mind would wish? Are you crazy? No one wishes anybody get injured. Nobody. And by the way, I love the tush play. I absolutely love that play. It's my favorite. It's like the sky hook. The problem that you get is you got other teams. And hey, for the record, not everybody can run that play. Not everybody can run it. I don't know how many times I've seen college and pro quarterbacks over the last 3 weeks try to run that play and duplicate what the Eagles are doing. I'd say half of them don't get it. You know what? I can't. Hey, can you guys remember? Yale, anybody. Neil said the idiot on Barstool was calling for Jalen to get injured on a That's so obnoxious. Good God almighty. Guy wants a guy to get injured so he can had a catastrophic injury because he's putting money down on a game. That is so asinine and criminal. I have no respect for that. As a matter of fact, if that's true, I have no respect for Barstool Sports. Wishing players to be hurt. I have no respect for that. It's a brotherhood, man. There's only been 29,000 players that have ever played in the game over 105 years. I'm one of them. Whether you play 25 years, I'm one of 29,000 men. I've never wished anybody in my life, for anybody in that brotherhood to get hurt. Nobody wishes that. Nobody. Stupid. I don't care if he's a bench warmer. You don't wish for players to get hurt. How bad is that? Good night. God. Sills, do you think you're an elite broadcaster? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm unique. That's why I've been doing it for 30 years. Do I think I'm the best broadcaster in the history of sports broadcasting? Far from it. I'm not articulate. I piss people off. I'm genuine. I have massive flaws. I'm right and I'm wrong. I don't know. Am I Rush Limbaugh or Hannity? No. You're right, TS. I've sucked for 33 years. I've sucked for 33 years. I'm off my meds. I don't take drugs. I don't even take aspirin. I don't do drugs. So I'm going to be interested in to see Nakobe Dean coming back. Okay? I really am. I'm going to be interested to see how he looks coming back, and he'll be coming back for the Ram game. I don't know. The Rams just got rid of their running back, right? And they sent him up to Minnesota. So we shall see how that goes. By the way, I do think that Washington has. Hey, I'll tell you what. So that's funny that guy says that about you're going to outcoach this coaching staff. How many people believe you're going to outcoach this coaching staff on Sunday? How many people believe your coaching staff was going to outcoach the Washington Commanders this weekend? How many people believe that you'll outcoach that Commanders team on Sunday? Possibly. We did it last year. You did it last year? You split last year with a far inferior team. At the end of the day, I didn't ask you that. Will you outcoach two of the three games on the lesser part of your schedule? Their coaching staff has, how about this? Do you guys believe that you have played a team that has just as good a talent or better talent than you so far? And here, I guess this is maybe the better way to make this point. Do you guys believe that you're the better talented teams? Yes, I do too. Then why are two of those three games were they last possession games? Because of coaching. The Vikings had no right being in that game with you, but they were. New England had no right being in that game with you, but they were. Okay? And to now even go further here, so you had Shane Steichen, and for whatever you want, Jonathan Gannon beat the Cowboys this past weekend. That coaching staff, pretty much the same coaching staff, but you've added Bieniemy, beat you full strength. Right? Big Sills, it's called the brotherly shove. No more tush push. I know, I hate that too. It's really. How about this? Hey, Chaos, it's kind of like wormy, isn't it? Brotherly shove. I think I'm going there with you. Okay, yeah, I think that's really kind of like, I don't know. I have to be politically correct here because back in the old days, I might say something here. Okay? With 4 turnovers. Keep reaching for them excuses, dog. You turned the ball over 4 times. Okay, well, that's on you, not on Washington. Well, we turned the ball over 4 times. How's that on them? Tush push is way too zesty. Dude, don't. We gotta start a trend, man. Because we gotta stop that, man. Tush push. Honestly, man. I feel like that play. No, I won't. I can't. You know what? I don't get the latitude most people do, so I'm gonna. Aunt Betty, I'm gonna behave. Okay, I'm gonna behave. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Hey, Tone. There's a respected city that I think that belongs in a playbook. Is that fair? Focusing on the one loss, whatever. LJ, I'm focusing on nothing. I'm focusing on your offense sucking right now. Okay? I like the brotherly shove. Hey, the brotherly shove. I kind of dig that too, man. Chris, I didn't say anything. Tush push sounds like a potty train. Feels like I'm being potty trained. The tush push. Come on, get the tush push. And then come on, tush push. Jesus, gravity. Got to come up with a better name than that. Massive human. Hey, tush push. Every time I hear that, I'm like, I don't want to be involved in it. Oh, man. What's the formations Miami's running that are different? Bear. You know what? I got to start looking at that because Sean McDermott said it yesterday. The revolutionary patterns that they're running in formations coming out of triple sets. I don't know what he's talking about with that. The brotherly shove. I'm in with that, man. The tush push. Sorry, hey, why did I just do that? Hey, man, watch it. Philly runs the greatest play on the planet. The tush push. Sorry, I don't know. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Oh, man. Seals ain't even watching football on Sundays. Don't do anything. Well, hold on, man. Who said that? I'm not watching. You talk so bad about me. Man, some of you guys are snowflakes. Really? I thought you were tougher in that city. Like if I saw Josh Harris walk into my stadium on Sunday, I'm not allowed to promote violence or anything. You better be careful. They might stick you on Wendy's commercial with Caleb Williams. Dude, can you imagine, man? If Josh Harris showed up at the vet, what would happen to him? Come on, Commanders! Come on, Sixers! Don't you have a problem with that? Holy shit. Don't you have a problem with that? Come on! Don't you dare call me a snowflake. I like the tush push. There's not a guy in Philadelphia with any kind of backbone that likes that name, tush push. Tell the truth. Every time you hear an announcer say it on TV, you go like this. I love to play. But you don't like the name. There's not a chance on the planet you like that name. The tush push. Philly? Like I said, there's certain cities in America that may fit, but I don't believe that glove fits. East Canham likes it. Well, he's from Jersey. Who cares? A tone goes like this. Every time I hear it, it gives me heartburn. The Eagles scrum. I like the scrum. Philly special. You got to leave that one. Hey, you got to kind of leave that in the room. And, you have that in glass. You never break that. Like the Philly special is kind of in a box next to the junior sky hook, the catch, the drive. You kind of leave that alone. You know what I mean? Okay? You kind of leave it there. You don't really go there. Okay, statue. What's my problem with Jersey? I told you before. Statue of Liberty faces the other way for a reason. So everyone in Jersey can kiss everyone in New England's ask, how you doing? Hey, Sileo, is it push, play, or brotherly shove? Or pull? I saw Goddard pulling along there. Camden's in South Jersey. It's vague. I got it, Trey. I know, Trey, I'm from the area. I know what's up. Okay? Of course, it faces away from Jersey. Kidding me? Statue of Liberty's not going to face Jersey. Why would it? Oh. Steve, I will not respond to that one. I will not respond. Okay, so again, let me go back to this. So last year, you guys had Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon on your coaching staff, and those two guys are head coaches in the National Football League, right? And last year, Ron Rivera, along with Jack Del Rio, beat you. And now they've added Eric Bieniemy. Do you really think you're going to outcoach those guys Sunday? Do you think you're not going to outcoach Washington? You're going to once again have to outplay them. You're not better coached. They beat you last year. 4 turnovers. Well, that's an Eagle thing, not a Commander thing. Well, we had 4 turnovers. That's an excuse on your end when you bring that up. Do you know how pathetic that sounds? We had 4 turnovers. Great. Well, that's not a Commander thing. That's an Eagle issue. Okay? Steichen ran the ball 2 times in the first half. Shane Steichen's 2-1 in the early part of his coaching career for that owner. If Shane Steichen has a 500 coaching record, he'll be the NFL Coach of the Year. I mean, mark it down. Mark it down. He'll be the Coach of the Year. With that chaos you have in Indianapolis, and if he goes 500 in the AFC, he'll be the Coach of the Year. Okay? So, do you think you're out coaching these guys this weekend? With a backup quarterback. Way to go, JM. So you're going to outcoach them. So you think Brian Johnson's a better offensive coordinator than Eric Bieniemy? Eric Bieniemy has his quarterback playing Jalen Hurts football. And he's Sam Howell. What's Brian Johnson's excuse? Because since you guys want to blame Brian Johnson, so you think Brian Johnson is in the same category as Eric Bieniemy? Interesting. Score prediction, let me guess. It'll be close. It's a divisional game. Of course it'll be close. You split with him last year. This guy makes it sound like you blew him off the field. You didn't. You did in the first game. Or I think it was the first game you blew him out. Senor, every game you've played except this Buck game was close. You haven't blown a team out. Look at Senor lying. You haven't blown anybody out. Who'd you blow out? The Bucks? Okay. What was it, 8? 9? I guess so. 10's kind of getting there to a, dominating, yeah. Running teams don't blow teams out. They don't score enough. Hey, Tone, can you please put that super chat up for me? I'm not making nothing up. Love watching Big Sills. You keep us honest and grounded. Dirty D. You're so close. And, I love listening to the guys on WIP. Man, Swift's going to be around here a long time. We brought it up yesterday to you, too. And I even brought it up to his agent. He goes, there's not a chance he's in Philly next year. I said, do you think there's really a chance if this guy has 1,500 yards and 60 catch. Well, he's not going to have 60 catches because they don't believe in the screen game. Do you really think you're going to be in Philly? He goes, no way. Agent. I talked to the agent. Never offer him. I could offer him $12 million. Are you kidding me? It's not how they do business. Woo! Varsity said Swift is the MVP. Yeah, well, they ain't going to pay him. They're just not. I'm going to take a look at some of the games coming up. Okay? I'm going to take a look at some of the games here. Hey, by the way, Aaron Rodgers, real quick. Tone said something to me prior to going on the air about what's going on with the Jets. Here's my problem with Aaron Rodgers criticizing the Jet players. What do you think the biggest problem you would have with Aaron Rodgers criticizing the Jet players for all the finger pointing? What would be the biggest problem you have with it? If you do have a problem with it, maybe you don't. What would be your biggest problem with it? Rodgers is trying to calm things down. What Yale's saying. It's melting down there now. What would be your biggest problem? I don't. He's a vet. Keon, no problem. It's hypocrisy. He's in the back seat. Okay. So I guess he goes on the Pat McAfee show, and he's criticizing people from Malibu. You're not in the fire with him. Well, he's rehabbing. Well, then shut up and wait till you get there so you can help and look players in the face instead of criticizing people from Malibu in your beach house in California. I think that's obnoxious. You're criticizing your teammates from Malibu, California. The one thing we got this triple option right now, we're not out coaching them, trying to figure out if we run the West Coast or triple option. You can't run the West Coast. You're criticizing your football team from your beach house in Malibu. Okay? You're criticizing. And you're being paid all that money, and you're a teammate. You were brought there as a teammate, and you're criticizing your teammates from Malibu. And after you criticize them, you go have a white wine spritzer and put your toes in the sand. I'm not in the same seat. I'm not paid by the Jets. I'm not playing pro football. I've been in radio 33 years. I'm paid to criticize and to give wreaths and throw glowing reviews. That's my job. Whether it's in San Francisco, Tampa, Miami, Dallas, wherever. I'm not the quarterback of the New York Jets. I mean, you're comparing me to the quarterback of the New York Jets. How toolish is that? Woo! Woo! Let me sit in the beach house. Look at these guys, man. These guys are all this and that. Yeah. Hey, Dan, do you think Rodgers will play again? I do think he'll play again. He's not going to go out like that. He's not going to go out like that. Absolutely none. Okay? No way. Guy's sitting in his beach house doing this. Hey, man, those guys better shut their hole. Give me a break. He's probably high. Hey, Bear, okay. Look at it. These guys shut their hole. Hey, wait a minute. I got a dinner to get to in Santa Monica. I can't be bothered with this right now, so I'll get back to you. Just tell them to be quiet. I got to get to my dinner party in Santa Monica. I reserved this thing 2 days ago, and I don't want to lose my seat. How you doing? Oh, man. Criticizing his teammates. I don't know what's going to – hey, what's a worse look? Criticizing your teammates from Malibu or Joel Embiid on Sunday wearing a Commanders jersey? God. I don't really pray for a lot of things except well-being and my family's health. Please, James Harden, I know Tone's going to hate this. Please, for Big Sills, please have Joel Embiid and James Harden and Nick Nurse all in Commander uniforms on Sunday at Lincoln Financial and do like 700 cutaways. Please. Thank you. I pray. Oh my God. Dude. Hey, you know what that'll look like? Do you know what that'll look like? Every single fan in the stadium at Lincoln Financial will do this. All right. All right. Hey, that parking lot might be tough to get out of. Oh my God. Hey, Tone. Hey, you think you see riots like going into like Targets and stuff? Holy Maron. Woo! Sills, please have Skinny Joe on the show to make some NFL picks. Who's Skinny Joe? I'm not paying any more of my emotions. Dude, I like the black hat, man. I like the black Sixer hat you have. Shit, dude. I like the black Sixer hat. I like that hat you have. I totally dig it. Oh, my God. Hey, you see Joel Embiid. Dude, the story won't be the Eagles killing the Commanders. The story will be, hey, did you see Josh Harris waving and cheering, getting hammered in the owner's booth? Game's close. He's cheering. Good. Hey, so wait a minute. So just to end this thing here, I like it too. It goes with my Lincoln Town car. Hey, so let me ask you this. So do you understand that guy's going to be cheering against you Sunday? The owner of the 76ers is cheering against you Sunday. Big Sills, with our coordinator being more competent than Gannon and with less talent, should we be encouraged when playing? Yeah. I think this guy's good. I think Sean Desai's good, man. I really do. Ray goes, who cares? So, Ray, so you don't care paying season tickets to a guy who roots against you. All right. Each his own. Do you care, Philip? Okay. So, like, if you were buying a ticket from a team and you knew the guy owned the team, but he was rooting against you, you still buy the ticket from the guy? Or would you watch it at home and not support the guy? What would you do? Watch it at home? Would you really pay money to Josh Harris for rooting against you? Okay. We and me are different. You and me are different. I would never do that. I'd watch the Sixers at home, never go to a game ever again. I would never do that. I would not. He's going to be cheering against you Sunday. And the problem I have with it, it's not that he owns the Commanders, is that he's trying to hijack your tax money to build him a stadium where he gets full benefits from downtown. And to make you pay for a house for him to live in and to increase his net wealth, and you get no benefits except waving pom-poms and watching your team bow out in the first round. You don't have a problem with that? You have no problem with that. I'm talking bigger picture here. I'm talking about finances, money, your community. You have no problem with that. Dude, honestly, he wants you to build him a home that he can live in downtown off your tax money on a promise he's never completed. And he's going to root against you Sunday. Damn. Scott says Sills doesn't know shit about Josh Harris from a can of paint. I just know this. He's rooting against you Sunday. He wants a new stadium downtown. You're probably never going to get it. Okay? And he promised you a process that has never came through. What's not to know about Josh Harris? I'm a fan. I don't give a shit about his business dealings. I care about what I like. So you want me as a Philadelphian to raise his net value off my back on tax money, and he's going to root against me on Sunday. And that's cool. Sills is no NFL fan of any team. I have no team I root for. I don't root for any team. I root for players, perfection, and greatness. Okay? Ed Snyder cared. You're damn right. I love Ed. You used to come on my show. Dude, Ed Snyder was one of the greatest NHL owners in the history of sports. You know how many times me and him would email back and forth? Do you know how many times when the Flyers would come down and play the Lightning, and I was doing my morning show that he would come on, him and Bobby Clark, when Bobby was running the franchise? They would come on all the time. You know who follows me on Twitter? At Dan Sileo Show? Bernie Perrant. I'm friends with Bernie Perrant through Ed Snyder. That's how I met Bernie Perrant. You don't know anything about that. Your owner loved me. Clark loved me. He didn't really like the fact that I loved Lindros, though. Okay? He didn't really. Hey, Barb, I'm not going to lie to you. I did love Lindros. Okay? Sorry, but I did love Lindros. Okay? I'm a Lindros guy. I did. Okay? He was friends, Jack Wagon. This guy, Keon, has like you're 3 decibels, Keon, away from being like really somebody that we may have to have eating food through a straw and have home care for. Okay? Seals is for real. And so was Lind. Dude, I love Derek Lindros. Hey, real quick. 11. Keon, I'm kidding. Hey, 11. My friend, God, do I? Oh, no, I don't have the puck up here. I used to. So I was told this, that Scott Stevens, I love Scott Stevens. Hey, Barb, Scott Stevens in that playoff game that he annihilated him, he told Eric Lindros 3 times. And get this, Scott Stevens is from Medicine Hat, Canada. I love Scott Stevens. One of my favorite players of all time. What an ass kicker, man. He told Eric Lindros 3 times to pick his head up. Pick your head up. Skated by him again. Pick your head up. 3rd time, he knocked him out. I go like this. So Scott Niederman told me, he goes, yeah, man, he told him 3 times. Scott Niederman goes, dude, he told him 3 times. Ken Danico goes, I heard it too. I was friends with all them Flyer guys. There was Yale. Do you guys ever hear the name Lou Lamoriello? Love Lou Lamoriello. I'm sorry I'm talking hockey, but I'm a hockey guy. Hey, Lou Lamoriello. I love Lou Lamoriello. I think he's in – where's Lamoriello now? Toronto? Is he up in Toronto now? I think he's up in Toronto. Anyway, dude. Man, he's like, yeah, Scott told him 3 times, man. And Eric Lindros and Scott Stevens were great friends. Okay? Don't worry, Joey. I take care of the content. It's all good. Oh, he was up there? Okay. Dude, they left him laying on the ice for 5 minutes. Keon, right in the middle of the logo too, man. Hey, Barb, I won't lie to you. I had that as a screensaver for about 4 years. I'm not going to lie to you. It was a screensaver for about 4 years. Lindros on the logo. Steve, hey. It was my screensaver. I've had 2 screensavers. Hey, you know what? I never thought about this with you guys. I've had 3 screensavers. Tone, I got 1 now when I played, but back in the day, it was Bednarik standing over Gifford, and it was Lindros on the ice. Oh yeah, those are my 2 screensavers. That I never thought about it. They were Philly related. Lindros, as a player, amazing. He had issues off the ice, but they tried to change his game. And they did try to change his game. You know, Bobby wanted him to be more like, hey, Ace, I don't want to get off the subject here because I want to look at week 4 of the NFL. But they wanted him to play more like Messier. Okay, they wanted him to play more like Messier. And he didn't have Messier's game. Messier is the greatest captain of all time. Him and I would say Brian Trottier. Those 2 guys were probably in the same category in my lifetime. Brian Trottier and Messier. These guys were great. All right, hey, listen, guys. We're going to look at week 4. My friend Jason Cole for Yahoo Sports, Pro Football Hall of Famer. We're going to talk to him. That'll be in the 3rd hour at 5:30. Don't forget our good friends at Hooters. 7 locations in the Northeast area. All you have to do is go to any one of them. You'll understand what I'm talking about. It's the 40th anniversary. The iconic Hooter girls are there to serve you. You're absolutely going to love it. NortheastHooters.com. Find one of the 7 locations nearest to you for you to enjoy it. If you don't want to go into any one of the places, go to HootersToGo.com. Also, Tuesdays, how about some of the 40-year traditions? Buy 10 wings. Get 10 boneless free. Wing Wednesday's a 40-year tradition. I say this to you guys, man, all the time. 1983, that's the year the place was founded. $6, 6 items. That's right. Try the fried pickles. Absolutely insane. Happy hours. NortheastHooters.com. That's NortheastHooters.com. And when you roll into any one of the locations, do me a favor. Tell them Big Sil sent you.
Football and Hooters,